it's the community of it. When my band first got signed in 2002, we spent some time getting a record together and finally got out on tour in 2003. And our first real tour was World Tour.
Nice.
And we were on Epitaph Records, a bunch of the other label mates, like all the older bands, like Transplants were out, you know, Dropkick Murphys. They just kind of took us under their wing. Warped Tour has a very personable relationship with Epitaph, so they took us under their wing. It's a big part of my year every year. Even if I'm not on the tour, I always go to one of the shows. I usually don't even ask to be on the guest list. I just show up and know everybody.
That's awesome.
And catering. See this line? It sucks. It's amazing food.
Is it really good food?
Let me put it to you this way. Taylor Swift uses the same catering company. They're called Tada Catering, and they're amazing. They've done Warped Tour at least since 2003 when I first joined them.
That's amazing. So you say that some of the older bands like to take you under their wing. Have you been taking any big bands under your wing?
Yes, I have. In 2013, I went out on tour. I drove a bandwagon for Set It Off, which is kind of like an RV tour bus thing. And like, I got to meet a lot of the bands we're playing with now, like Set It Off, Handguns, you know, As It Is, and a bunch of bands just through touring. Always trying to mentor them in the perspective of, you know, no matter how big your band is, you have to make smart moves. You have to have longevity. You can't end up 30 years old, mad at your best friends, broke, and with no future. So, you know, it's just being smart, being educated, and I really like to help bring like the punk ethos of live your life, let other people live theirs, but, you know, don't back down when something's wrong.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been helping with some of the younger bands. You'll see in this line as it masses, there'll be like one person with like a Tupperware bin lid.
I've seen them. They have and they've got all the food.
And they carry like 17 plates. Meanwhile, the band's like in their bandwagon or their bus, like watching HBO and shit. You're just like, come on, man. Like,
you pulled the short straw.
and it's just like that's part of the community is standing in that line and interacting with strangers every meal.
Yeah.
And that's how every year Warped Tour I end up with 100 or 200 new friends.
That's super cool. So you mentioned that you don't like sitting around and letting things happen. We are an LGBTQ plus group, and we're trying to make it very safe for musicians and people who are fans of music, like in the community who are on the spectrum LGBT. So if you heard somebody saying something that was anti-LGBTQ or really like degenerate, like what would you do?
You know, it's hard to say because a person that's that ignorant, everyone jokes around with their close personal friends and says some stuff every now and then. You know, even some of my homosexual friends would be like, "Stop being a faggot," and it's a joke, and you have a rapport, and it's fine. But there's a difference when someone's berating someone out of hate, and like, it's just unacceptable. And it's just like one of those things where it's hard to say what you can do because you can't trust a person that lives that ignorant of a life to not turn on you next.
Yeah.
But like I have a lot of friends I grew up with. I was third wheel to my best friend growing up is a fine woman. She's actually from California, married to her wife.
Oh, nice.
And it was her and her girlfriend at the time. And then there was the third out lesbian in our upstate New York high school in the 90s.
Wow.
I went as a blind prom date with her.
Oh.
She's one of my best friends to this day since 1996.
That's awesome.
So it's just like, while I might be straight and I might be what people consider up the middle, if I put a suit on, you'd never know, you know, but it's like, I live my life the way I see fit, and I don't take crap from anyone if they try to tell me how I'm living my life is wrong. No one should have to live with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's very simple. It's just like, live and let live.
Yeah, and as a straight ally, your word actually has like so much. It carries so much weight.
Because it's so stupid. People are like, what do they think? Like, I'm gonna touch you and get cancer? Like, what? I don't get it. Like, oh no. Like, it's just
gender fluid now.
Oh
Congratulations.
no. I'm dying. I'm turning gay.
This is what turning gay looks like.
This is what turning gay looks like, especially to people in Alabama. That's what they think it looks like.
So you guys have been on the road for a long time, like toured around. Do you have any weird quirks or habits, or does anyone in the band have any weird quirks that kind of get on everyone else's nerves when you're on the road, or do you just sort of find them amusing?
We haven't been on a real tour in 9 years, so there's nothing that's like annoying.
Oh, yeah?
But it's like tendencies that never went away.
Right.
Like Aaron, our drummer, just like he has this voice voice he does. And he'll just scream out first thing, everyone wake up! And it's like, that's cool and all, but like, fuck, I want the 15 more minutes of sleep. Like, you're an ass. But, you know.
The guy who does that on tour usually doesn't last very long.
Yeah. Now, we like to mess with each other a lot. And, you know, it's kind of fun since we started on Warped Tour. We're reuniting after so long on Warped Tour. It's kind of just like we're telling all the old stories about all the stupid stuff. Mind you, it's only day 3. Talk to me next week.
Yeah. After 43
I'll
days.
be like, that dude snores. I hate him.
I can't stand the way he chooses now.
Now I realize why we broke up. Like, it's like.
How has it been getting back together?
It's been fun.
Yeah?
We're a very different band now. We started out local band and learned and became more professional and the show and the production and like, let's get in your monitors, let's play to a click track, let's get the keyboard parts from the record to come through the PA. Now we get on stage with no click tracks and nothing. Just turn up.
Just like naked.
Until the stage guy tells us to turn down, we turn everything up. And then we just do it. It's fun and it's just like, just having like a way different experience with our band. We used to be like, I can only play my bass amp endorsements, bass amp. Now I'm like, yo, you got an amp on stage already? I'm gonna play that one.
Yeah. That one's good. I like
that one's good. I don't have to move it? Sweet. See you at noon.
That's usually
You know, it's very different. We're like Andy, our lead singer, has a 2.5-year-old son now. He's married. He's got a mortgage.
Do you think about bringing the kid on tour?
That'd be a trip.
Cute merch kid.
Talk about giving Andy's wife anxiety, though. She would be like, you're gonna Skype me every hour on the hour. Not even like she's uptight, but I mean like he's 2 and she's his mom.
He's itty bitty.
She's gonna freak out.
He's like your mascot.
That'd be awesome. I think sooner than that we might bring Ryan DePaulo's dog on this tour.
Oh really?
We play Jacksonville, Florida, where he's from. So the band might pay to have the dog flown back into the tour with him on the flight, like buy the dog a plane ticket.
That would be bad.
And then he goes in the little thing.
Yeah.
So we might bring the dog, but
What kind of dog?
he's like a mutt. He's small, very beagle-ish like dimensions, but taller legs, and he's just solid brown, or like black, nose. It's just a mutt. And he's just like, he's a little freaked out though, like when you get him cornered.
Yeah.
So the bus might not be the best spot.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of one big corner on wheels.
Yeah, it's like a wheel.
Yes.
That's not good. So what's going on for you guys after Warped?
We don't really know yet. Andy, like I said, he's got his son, and he can't take away too much time to go out on tour, probably till next February or so. Might try to rally the troops and do a 10-year anniversary tour for our second record. We'll see what happens. It's a very, we're being super honest about it. We have no idea what the hell's going on.
I like that though.
We
That's
just
cool.
don't.
You're like flying by the seat.
We're having fun, we're playing shows, we're doing stuff. We might do some stuff in the fall, might do some stuff next year. Who knows? Might record a cover song.
Cool.
Might write a new song.
What's the best place for people to find out what you're doing?
Okay, so if you have Twitter or Instagram, it's at Matchbook Rock. And then we have matchbookrock.com.
Nice, cool. So make sure you check them out. If you are checking out Warped Tour, Matchbook Romance, catch them on the stage. Which stage are you guys playing?
Playing the Journey's Right Foot stage.
The Journey's Right Foot stage. Make sure you check them out. And thank you so much for hanging
Thank you.
out and joining us. Yeah, cool. Curious
Awesome.
Strange or Equalize.